Hi, this is Lucy B. Welcome to Science from Above. So today I want to finish the cancer story of my friend Jackie. So I believe this is part 4. It's just additional crazy things that happen. Like if you've listened to the other 3 sessions, they have just been insane. This day that I went on the following Friday was anything, it was exactly the same, just crazy. So I went up to go see Jackie, and I don't remember if you remember from the last time that I did this podcast that she wanted presents for her entire family. Something that spoke how she was feeling about them. Well, she got them all out, and during that time, the day before, I went and bought bags and tissue paper, and then even some little cards that we could, she could make for them if she wanted to say anything. Well, what happened was that the gifts were all great. They worked wonderful. She was a little teary-eyed. However, she had got her daughter a necklace, and what her necklace, it came in a bag, and what this little bag said was best wishes. Okay, best wishes is not really appropriate for a mother-daughter necklace, period. But then again, best wishes, you're dying and you give your daughter a best wishes. Well, best wishes. That was not going to work. And I told Jackie, I said, there is absolutely no way that I'm going to allow you to give this to your daughter. She was glad I said something, because I just thought that was like the most inappropriate thing to give to your daughter, right? Best wishes. I'm dying. But good luck in yours. So I told her, I said, hey, let me run to the store. I didn't know the area too well, but thank you, GPS, right? So got on the GPS and just went, and I literally, you guys, I went from store to store to store to store. I could not find anything, any type of box to put this necklace in. I went to jewelry stores. They literally had nothing. However, there was a nice woman at Kohl's that gave me $40 Kohl's cash because she couldn't use it. That was really nice. I couldn't use it for 2 weeks, or for the following week, but hey, it was nice. But anyway, I was really getting discouraged because I couldn't find anything. I even called my mom, and I was just like, Mom, I have been to all these stores and I cannot find anything. And when I got off the phone with her, I, told her best wishes and hung up the phone. So I did end up seeing another store, and I thought, well, this is literally my last hope right now. I don't know what to do. And went in there, and they had a little jewelry section, and couldn't see any boxes, but I asked, I said, do you have any type of jewelry boxes? And they took me over to a different part of the store, and it was like the great big jewelry boxes that you get. Yeah, it was not going to work. These giant jewelry boxes. And so, the things that have happened, I cannot describe, and I swear people think I am making this stuff up, and I couldn't make this stuff up. It was just Jesus completely with me during this time. And so I had lost hope. I truly did, and I thought, I don't know what to do. I don't know what I'm going to go back with. I don't know what to do. I can't find anything. And I just went down a random aisle and just started praying and just said, please, Lord, please help me find a box. I knew that this is such a weird request, but I just said, Lord, I just can't allow her daughter to get a best wishes box as her dying gift. And I just said, please, 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 Lord, please help me. And prayed silently there in the aisle. Just opened up my eyes and had my head down. And when I looked, there was this box there. And I picked up this box, and it was this beautiful box. And it had butterflies. It was like this pretty silver, shimmery color with these shiny little butterflies all over it. It was the perfect size box and just absolutely gorgeous. I've never seen a box like this before in my life. So I thought, although I thought it was perfect, I still went down every aisle thinking, where did this box come from? Is there anything like it? I found nothing. And I thought, okay, I didn't even know how much this box was, but at this point, I truly didn't care. I wanted to get this for Jackie. Skipping ahead a little bit, I later found out that Jackie and her daughter both have this butterfly thing between the two of them, which at the time I had absolutely no idea. So I'm standing in line. It was actually quite a long line. Finally get up to the front, and the cashier, she looked at the box and then looked around and trying to look it up, and they literally found nothing. The box did not belong in this store. This was not their box. And they told me, you can just have it. This isn't ours. You can have it. I was speechless. I thought, not only did I think that God, showed me this box, but for this box to literally not belong to the store, and they gave it to me? What? I did ask her, I said, are you kidding me? And she said, no, it's not ours. You can have it. I was almost in tears, and crazy me just was like, I love you. And she just laughed, but if she would have known what had happened, she probably might have not thought I was so crazy, but it was insane. So when I got back, I told Jackie what happened, and she freaked out. She told me, only Jesus, and she started praying to him and thanking him right there. Oh, so Jackie did end up falling asleep. Well, prior to that, we did talk about things, and she had a really hard time. She wrote her dad a letter, and well, I wrote it for her, but she said the word. She's too weak to write it down. We could only get through the one letter. And she said with the rest, I guess we did get halfway through her mom's letter, but not as in-depth as her dad's. The rest of them she couldn't get through, and she just said that she would tell him how she felt. She had a very, 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 very strong relationship with her dad, more than her mom anyway, so that letter to her dad was super important. She was the only girl, just a daddy's little girl. She had 2 brothers, and so she just ended up really, really being a daddy's little girl growing up, so that was super important to her. She was really in pain. They actually gave her some things, and she was just knocked out. So her son walked in, and I took him to the store, and let me try to think. Sorry, I'm trying to think back. We did have a conversation, and he got into if you remember, the whole Steve. If you don't, you may have to go back and listen to those 2 podcasts. He did tell me that Steve had come in that week and on Tuesday. So Wednesdays when she came to Jesus and Tuesday, and her son had caught Steve trying to give Jackie the illegal drug Molly. I have no idea what Molly is. I hadn't even heard of Molly. I was a social worker and have not heard of the drug Molly. Maybe I was a bad social worker then. I don't know, but I had never heard of it. Looking it up, it looks like kind of like the date drug. Just the date drug where it knocks them out. But the thing about it is that it says that it's even more potent now than it was back then, because it's just changed so much and they put different ingredients in it and it's just not as clean as it used to be, I guess is the word for that. Well, looking that up and the dose of drugs that painkillers that she was on, it's safe to say that drug could have killed her if her son wouldn't have walked in and caught that. And so he said that he got in an argument with Steve, and because he knew it would have killed his mom right there. And he asked Steve to leave and not to come back. Well, I guess Jackie was kind of out of this and didn't hear all this. He said to me that he thinks that Molly is such a bad drug that he wouldn't even take it. So I don't know what really that meant. I do know he does some drugs, but he thinks that Molly is much harder than what he would even take. And I don't know if you remember, I did talk about, like, I did get Jackie a Bible at the beginning of all this after I had this dream about her. And he told me, he said, I've caught my mom looking at a Bible. And then she was hiding it. And I guess this was all before she went to the hospice. And he goes, but she would hide it. And he goes, and then all of a sudden she's changed. All she does now is talk about Jesus. And she's always been so negative, but now she's just so happy all the time, even though she's dying. He had a really hard time understanding that. As a Christian, obviously we don't. It's just, I don't know, this internal happiness that we have, right? So I just kind of started talking to her son about what he thought would happen when people die. And he told me they just cease to exist. So Jackie does have 2 sons. And so this was the younger son that I was talking to. I then start talking to him about heaven and what heaven is. And he says, I get it. Like when I do mushrooms, I have this out of body experience. And I had to try to explain that that's not what heaven is. And I started talking to him. Have you heard of hell? I still working on that one. Still working on it. And prayers. A lot of prayers. We did start talking and, and he obviously had my number and everything. But then Saturday, I didn't go up there because her parents came into town. I did find out that Steve had bought her son some alcohol, and he went to see his mom, and he started acting a little crazy and all that. And knowing the fact that Steve was there, I turned him in. Like, he tried to give her illegal drugs, and I turned him in. I didn't trust him after everything that he has done, but it's so funny that I think that it was like he was so after Jackie, and this is kind of where I feel like it was a demonic spirit in him, that he was completely after her nonstop until that time that she was actually saved and accepted Jesus. And then it was like he totally went after her son. And that's who he was getting to then. The whole thing was just really, really sad. It's with her, with Jackie, with what happened, it was amazing. One of the most amazing things I've ever seen. And not to say that experiencing evil is an amazing thing, but I'll tell you something. It strengthens your faith when you see evil, and that in that type of situation. Like, I guess I have seen evil on a different type of level, but never like that. And so the continued prayer for her son is what I'm doing. And, it obviously takes people time. I've been friends with Jackie for a really long time, and I just thought she was a person that I would never become a believer of Jesus, and somebody that ended up Jesus becoming her everything. And it took her to get to her deathbed, and she died young. She absolutely died young. But the thing about it is that if she wouldn't have gone through that situation, I don't know if she would have gone on and she would have gone on to know Jesus. Maybe she would have, but I don't believe she would have. And so even though that was a horrible, horrible death that she had to go through, which she did pass away now, even though that was a horrible death that she had to go through, it was something that had to be done for her. And so it's one of those things that people say, well, why do we have cancer? Why do we have this? Why do we have that? I don't know all the reasons, and I can't explain everything. But whatever bad happens in this life, God will make something good out of it. And you know what? He took his precious daughter home, is what he did. And I'm so thankful. I want to cry. But I am extremely thankful for allowing me to see this, to experience this, to use me in a situation that strengthens my faith even more, It's kind of hard. Anyway, I had a dream about her January 3rd, about her needing to come to Jesus. And May 3rd, she accepted Jesus, and then she died on June 3rd. So it all happened extremely fast. And I miss her, but I know where she's at. And again, I'm just so thankful that he used me in this situation. And I would do it over in a second. It's kind of like searching for those ways that I can do that again. But it's showing you the evil that's really out there, but how pathetic that evil is over Jesus. And how I don't want to be of this world, and neither should you. Look up, pray, don't be of this world. If they shame you, if they mock you, you know what? It doesn't matter. You're okay. You're okay. And I would rather answer to Jesus, telling him I did everything that I could on this earth, and I didn't follow the ways of this world and didn't conform to it. But anyway, that's the end of my story. I probably could go on and on, but that's the end of this cancer story. Thank you so much for listening, and I will see you next time.